picture of your face, too.
I'm sure that was good.
A little bit?
I'm Margaret Wilson, and I'm doing my speech. Which one is it? I can't remember. Alright, and I'm doing it on fire in the prairies. So, imagine a little more than 100 years ago, our state of Iowa was completely covered in tall grass prairies. Are you curious as to what our land used to look like and what happened from then till now to change it? I was, so I decided to do some research. So these are the questions I asked. Did the Native Americans actually use fire? What were the fires used for? And what did the fires do for the tall grass prairie? Alright. So how do we know that Native Americans used fire? First were fire scars. And they happened when the fire went around the tree. On the back side of the tree where the fire didn't get to, it would scar the tree. And every time there was a fire, it would do that. So, like in this tree, it tells that fires were done every 5 years. And then after 1897, I think it is, this tree wasn't touched by fire again until 1993, which shows that there was no fire after the settlers came. And then another way to tell if the fires were done by Indians was they were different from natural fires, because natural fires only happen every 10 years, and then the Indians would do them every 1 to 3 years for clearing crops and clearing the land. And then another way we knew that the Indians did it is word of mouth. The settlers would talk about the Indians burning the prairies and everything. So, since we know that Native Americans did in fact use fire, that brings me to my next point. What did they use fire for? And they used it for food, communication, and transportation. So for food, they used to drive game using fire. They put a ring around buffalo so that they couldn't escape the prairies, and they'd chase them and just kill them inside the ring of fire, because the buffalo wouldn't go through the ring of fire. And when they burned the prairies, there'd be grasshoppers and bugs inside the prairies, and when they burned them, it'd roast the grasshoppers, and they'd go collect those grasshoppers and eat them.
Delicious.
And seed collection. There's a plant called tarweed, and I guess the seeds are really good to eat. So the only way to collect the seeds, though, was to burn the prairies, and then the tar would drip off the tarweed, and you could go back and collect the roasted seeds that way. And then for transportation. I guess they used it for transportation because they'd clear out the forest floors. They'd burn everything up underneath there so that it'd be easier to walk through, and so that they wouldn't have to struggle to get through. And they'd clear out ridge lines so that they could get on the ridge line without having to travel through all the brush. And then, according to Gerald Williams, a USDA Forest Servicer, the purposeful use of fire was the most powerful tool in the Indian tool chest that could change parts of the whole ecosystem to benefit tribal survival. So they used fire for pretty much everything. And last, I want to cover how it affected the land we see today. So what exactly did the use of fire do for the tall grass prairie? It prevented trees from entering the prairies, so if they didn't have the fire, the prairies wouldn't be what they were. They'd just be one big forest. And then it removed the old growth. It would when they burned everything, all the old stuff that was already dead and everything would get burned, and it made room for the new stuff to grow. And then it put nutrients back in the soil. Everything that burned, instead of rotting away, it would